Hello, viewers. I'm Vibhuti Jha. This is Jaipur Dialogue USA. Welcome to the show. And today I wanted to talk to you about a specific issue. There is so much happening against India under Prime Minister Modi's leadership that the country that I live in, United States of America, which is a champion in regime change operations around the world. The question is Mr. Trump becoming part of the problem in terms of trying to do a regime change in India? We know, everybody knows that in 2024 election, a major effort was made to defeat Prime Minister's team called NDA and BJP particularly, including Prime Minister Modi himself. So the regime change was a part of an operation that was carried out then to defeat Prime Minister Modi so that he doesn't have a third term. At that time, President Trump was not part of that association. It was supposedly a deep state element that was trying to bring back Rahul Gandhi. You know that story. I don't want to dwell upon it. But in the recent past, post Operation Sindoor, the rate at which American impact and statements that came about Operation Sindoor and the tariff related issues has kind of kindled the entire impression that Mr. Trump himself now wants Modi gone. His once upon a time very dear friend, once upon a time a country that is vital in containing China, which actually is the real enemy of America. It's not India. There are so many geopolitical plays going on here in the chessboard game of chessboard. You have no idea who is doing what. So now we know that, because of India buying the Russian oil, Trump has made that as an issue. Even Secretary of State made that issue, that India buying the Russian oil is the irritation. But everybody forgot the famous video of Mr. Eric Garcetti, who was the ambassador to India, who said that it was America that was interested in India continuing to buy the Russian oil so that oil prices don't go sky high, because they had a gameplay in Ukraine. So you realize that so many things are at play. Prime Minister Modi, by every standard and by published reports, is ranking so high as the number one leader in the world with 74% rating. Mr. Trump is at 46. I'm sure the man, Mr. Trump, who I support, Mr. Modi I support, and I had throughout maintained that India and United States, Trump and Modi, have so many commonalities of purpose, convergence on purpose, that these two leaders of the two most prominent democracy in the world will work together. Like everybody else, I'm disappointed. Not because it's India, but generally a policy prescription. It's the agenda that is very, very important. Mr. Trump tried to snub Modi and India by claiming not less than 30 times that it was his intervention that led to India and Pakistan stopping the war, forcing Prime Minister Modi's efforts to punish the terrorist regime, Pakistan, whose people, or the terrorist attack that happened in Pahalgam. That's everybody knows that. So the question arises, what happened? What happened for Mr. Trump? Is he so egocentric? Did he become so egocentric suddenly? Seemingly a very smart guy. I like him for the things that he is doing for America and for MAGA purposes. That's aside at the moment. I'm talking about India-US relationship. And has Mr. Trump willingly or unknowingly, depending on who his advisors are, choosing to be anti-India at this point in time? This is very, very important. Remember that recently he used the word called India is a dead economy? Now that's a very strong statement. Coming soon after his favorite senator, Lindsey Graham, making a statement that we will impose 500% tariff on Russia, India, and China, and we will crush your economies. Trump is saying it's a dead economy. Where is it coming from? Don't forget, Lindsey Graham is a hardcore Christian, and that Christian domination of Republican Party is real. Nothing, nothing wrong about it, but it's real. I'm aware of it. I'm part of Republican Party. I'm part of Republican Party, and I feel that remains an issue that needs to be tackled. But the phrase "unholy alliance," unholy alliance is the definition of extreme leftists, Marxists, socialists, extreme liberals, Islamists who have found a common cause. And that common cause is India and Hindu. These are the two entities that they agree to hate, regardless of their internal differences that exists in their ideology and belief. And they are being used by the megalomaniac billionaires to disturb India's rise. Now, everybody knows that India is marching forward from number 10 to number 4 economy in the last 14 years and marching towards becoming number 3 economy. And Prime Minister's geopolitical declaration of India being in 2047, whatever it will become 100 years of independence. So there are certain plays in the move. And that's where the unholy alliance is concerned about the rise of India. There's a very interesting element to that. And that element is that the Sanatan Dharma, the Hindus who follow, is actually spreading around the world, very beautifully supported and aided by technology and growth in science. The more we know, the veil of ignorance and fear disappears. This is a very critical element of this entire process because the traditional religions, their essential belief system, according to me, is fear and ignorance, heaven and hell. Think about it, heaven and hell. Even a God given man and woman, male and female species around the world that use sex to procreate is called a sin. Think, it's a God given thing. The female and male existence is to continue the perpetuation of the legacy or the life cycle. They call it sin, right? I'm not objecting to that. You consider that a sin, it's okay. But we gave the world a Kama Sutra. Think about it. We gave the world Kama Sutra and they call it sin. So there are many interesting ideological differences which is leading to the rise of Sanatan Dharma because of science and technology, knowledge and awareness that the veil of ignorance and fear is falling. Nobody's God could stop COVID. Think that was a major timing in which this particular thing happened. Where was God at that time? And if all of them were those who died and suffered because of their karma, then the word karma got into play. Your past deeds or whatever that led to the unfortunate death of those people who suffered from it. So there is a very interesting element to that, focused on religion and the rise of India during the time when Prime Minister Modi is the leader of the country and he has demonstrated unflinching independence and leadership and statesmanship. Now you know that most likely Mr. Putin and Mr. Trump will meet in Alaska. The Prime Minister, Indian government issued a very diplomatic, very profound statement about this meeting, indicating that Mr. Putin meeting Trump India may have had a role in it because don't forget, Mr. Doval was there in Russia around the same time when American representative was there too. So there is a lot happening. And Prime Minister Modi has maintained this is not an era of war. Interestingly enough, American economy based on dollar printing and war machinery, war economy has prospered because of wars happening in various places. America is also famous for doing regime change. You know what happened in Bangladesh. You know what Pakistan does. These are stories which are critical for India's survival. And the man who is standing is Prime Minister Modi. So, somewhere along the line, I am told that the word dead that was introduced, and Trump made a mention of that, and Rahul Gandhi started cuckooing the same thing, was given by some people very close to Mr. Trump, some very vested interest group people, which included a few Indians too. These Indians who are there in America, they were once upon a time Congress party's lackeys who maintained that kind of a thing. Ever since Prime Minister Modi came to power, Mr. Jaishankar kind of neutralized them. As a result of which, these people have been itching to get into their political role play. And that's where it is happening. So my guesswork is Mr. Trump is not, sorry, Mr. Trump is a very smart man. He's doing incredible things, but he is also a person as part of Shatrubodh and Purvapaksh, very famous for losing friends. Elon Musk is a classic example. That relationship doesn't matter anymore. He might say a couple of times, oh, he's a good man. He's a good man. It's like when you divorce with your wife or wife divorces the husband, it doesn't matter. But they will say, yeah, we love each other, but we can't live together. You know, relationships end, relationships continue. So I have a feeling, my feeling is that Mr. Trump feels that to control India, he needs a pliable leader. Who else than Rahul Gandhi, who has been coached, trained in America? Think about it. Rahul Gandhi was the one who had been coming to talk to American interlocutors that please interfere in Indian democracy because democracy is not safe in India. That's the line Rahul Gandhi has chosen. That's the line the Congress party has chosen, that it is the saffron terror which is more severe than Islamic terror. Think before you come to any conclusion that there is a play going on. Pakistan, there is a play going on. And my concern is, has Trump joined that unholy alliance? I hope not, because Mr. Modi is not a pushover. You know, he may be facing internal problems. Trump himself survived two attempts on his life. One actually, the bullet almost grazed past him. You remember that picture. So the man suffers from that paranoia that anybody can shoot at him and kill him. Modi ji recently made a statement that even at my great personal loss, I will not let the sacrifice and the interests of farmers and Indian small and medium industries suffer on account of any compromise on tariff battle. These are substantial issues. I'm not trivializing it, but I want to be very serious about it. That has Mr. Trump become part of that regimen that wants Modi gone? Remember, there is always the Ides of March and there is always a Brutus hanging around. So, Mr. Modi, be careful because there is one entity, one country that I'm 100% sure is interested in India suffering and Modi going is China. That country is the happiest with the Trump behavior and the tragedy of misunderstanding that is going on between Trump and Modi, which is not caused by Modi, in my opinion. Not returning a phone call is not a critical element in mature relationships. There is a reason that why Prime Minister Modi did not come for that invited lunch to DC because he did not want to be seen with Asif Munir. Think about it. I would not have done that. So there is an element of maturity in behavior and conduct, and that's what is important to maintain. Mr. Trump, kindly look at your advisors who are pitching you against India. And India is the country that would be in the long term interest of America because China wants both India and America to be a loser. So, Mr. Trump, you're a winner. Mr. Modi is a winner. The combination of winner cannot become losers. And that's the thought that I have in my mind today. And I sincerely hope Mr. Trump hasn't joined the unholy alliance. As I always say, Satyamev Jayate, truth must triumph. And for truth to triumph, you and I have got to stand up for it. Thank you very much.